Hundreds gathered at Winnipeg's famed Portage in Main for speeches and a round dance. They then marched down Portage Avenue to the Manitoba legislature to, quote, disrupt Heather Stephenson's day. Things are becoming more politically charged as Manitoba is about to have an election.
What would you do when it comes to searching that landfill for Morgan Harris, Mercedes mayor?
So I'll jump in. This has been very difficult decisions. I would love to be able to say yes to everything, but because of safety reasons, the answer just has to be no. I can tell you that, from the report itself that people refer to, it says, and I quote, there are considerable risks due to exposure to toxic chemicals and asbestos, and a successful outcome is not guaranteed. So for those reasons, we had to say no to this. Very difficult, but those are the decisions that need to be made as a Premier of Manitoba.
Mr. Canoe?
The PCs are trying to use this issue to divide us. Under their time in office, they've picked winners and losers. Just look at healthcare. Rural Manitoba has been a loser when it comes to healthcare. You can drive up and down Highway 3 and there's no emergency rooms open. South Winnipeg has been a loser when it comes to healthcare under the PC's choices. And I do not agree. I think we need to build a province for everybody. So yes, I'm running to fix rural healthcare. I'm running to open an emergency room in South Winnipeg, and I will search the landfill.
Speak to the young Nietzsches out there. I want to speak to young people from all backgrounds. Really, I want to speak to people of all ages, but I want to speak to young Nietzsches in particular. I was given a second chance in life. And I would like to think that I've made good on that opportunity. And you can do the same. Here's how. My life became immeasurably better when I stopped making excuses and I started looking for a reason. And I found that reason in our family. I found that reason in our community. And I found that reason in our province and country. And so to young people out there who want to change your life for the better, you can do it. But here's the thing. You have to want it. You have to want it. If you want to leave the party lifestyle behind, it has to be you to make the decision. If you want to join the workforce, get a new career, it has to be you to take the first step. And if you're dealing with some kind of illness and you want to find healing, it has to be you to decide to move forward. I can't do that for you. A government can't do that for you. You have to be the person to decide to take the first step. But here is what our government can do. Looking at the team right now, government. Sounds pretty good, huh? But here's what our government can do. If you decide to take the first step and leave the addictions behind, our government will make sure that there is a path to recovery for you. If you decide to go to work, our government will make sure that there is a training program with a good job at the end of it waiting for you. And if you decide to get out of bed one more day to fight the cancer, then our government is going to make sure that you have the best quality cancer care of anywhere in the world right here in Manitoba.
After more than a year of protests, rallies, begging, and studies, money has now been announced for the search of the Prairie Green landfill north of Winnipeg. The families of Mercedes Myron and Morgan Harris, along with the Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs, met with the federal and provincial governments today, as well as the City of Winnipeg. $40 million was announced for the search during that meeting. It's a bittersweet and historic day, according to AMC Grand Chief Kathy Merrick. The federal and provincial governments each committed $20 million towards the search. Manitoba is also providing $500,000 for the families as they go through the upcoming trial process. The federal government will also commit $200,000 towards the mental well-being of the families as the trial for Jeremy Skibicki is set to begin in late April. Kimberly Harris says she is grateful there is now a commitment in place.
It's been a long road, and back in January, I myself filed a complaint of discrimination against the province of Manitoba as well as the previous Progressive Conservative Party for the levels of discrimination faced by my families over the last year. So I can definitely say that it is a step forward for Indigenous peoples, and it's about taking back that narrative and from those who stole it from us, and it's going to be survivor and family-led going forward.